From 15 News, this is breaking news.
We begin here with breaking news at 11. The Wisconsin Department of Justice has released the name of the Madison police officer who shot and killed 38-year-old Corey Ruiz on July 22nd. The officer's name is Kyle Badinger-Peterson. WMTV's Tim Elliott is in the newsroom with more on what we've learned about this officer here this morning. Tim.
Yeah, thank you, Phoebe. We are getting our first glimpse into who this officer is who fired this fatal shots that ended Corey Ruiz's life. Now, according to the Wisconsin Department of Justice, Officer Badinger-Peterson has almost 11 years of experience as a law enforcement officer. Badinger-Peterson was among the 4 officers who were in the Marquette neighborhood nearly 3 weeks ago after receiving a report of someone who was checking parked vehicles. We are also learning that Ruiz was allegedly wanted for a burglary attempt. Now, we do want to play some of the video from the scene that unfolded on that day. Of course, we won't show you the fatal shots, but we do realize this video might be uncomfortable for some of you at home, so just a heads up. If you want to look away, now is the time. According to the DOJ, officers first tried speaking with Ruiz, but he rode away on a bicycle. They then found him at the intersection of Williamson and Baldwin Streets where a struggle unfolded. They allege here Ruiz pulled out a knife. That's what's highlighted in this video. And Officer Badinger-Peterson was hurt, but his injuries have not been specified. According to the DOJ, 2 officers tried to use a taser on Ruiz. Both tasers did not work. We're not sure if the tasers missed or if they were just ineffective. It was then that Badinger-Peterson fired his shots, striking Ruiz. So, Phoebe, this is just a small peek in what this full investigation is hoping to accomplish here in the coming weeks and months.
And, Tim, you also spoke with a law enforcement source who works alongside Badinger-Peterson. What did he have to say?
Yeah, we are trying to learn more about this officer, Kyle Badinger-Peterson. We reached out to a source asking him what is Badinger-Peterson's standing within MPD. Is he well liked? Is he a good cop? The source says here, quote, he's very highly respected, very kind, thoughtful, knowledgeable, and extremely dedicated, sort of the consummate professional. I'm all for good superlatives being put out there about him, end quote. So again, today, we are getting our first glimpse into who this officer is. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Tim Elliott for 15 News. Phoebe, back to you.